CTV News with Ian White and Jocelyn Laidlaw.
If a new car is in your plans this year, we've got some advice on paying less for it.
Next, sound advice on not letting your heart run away with you in the showroom. It will save you money. Let's face it, new cars look so nice, so perfect in the showroom or at the auto show. They are full of shiny possibilities. And many of us are prone to make that car purchase with our gut, not our head. You may be paying way too much for that new car, but Ben Spatafora can save you lots of money. He is the National Director of CaCostCanada. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
And I guess it all starts with research, and that's one of your key tips, and it's so easy to do your research online. How much time should you invest in researching that new car purchase?
Well, you're correct. Research is very important, and there's two components for research. One is product knowledge. Many of the manufacturers have great websites to tell you about their products, but also on the pricing models. So pricing models such as third-party sites, such as CarCostCanada, when you use a wholesale price report that reveals to you the costing information, the MSRP, as well as incentives, advertised and non-advertised, as well as leasing rates.
So when you walk into the dealership and the salesperson says, well, it should cost $27,000, and you could say, well, I know it could cost $25,000.
You know exactly what it costs.
Yeah. Okay. The next tip, know your credit score. How does that help you when you walk into the dealership?
Buying a car is an emotional decision. You'll go through the process of selecting the make that you want, the color, the options, and many of the manufacturers have great financing options right now with 0% and 2%. So once you go through all that process, you want to be sure that you're able to qualify for that credit and therefore not be disappointed with your purchase.
Okay, next tip on your list here, not all dealers are alike. So if you settled on, for example, the Honda Civic, let's say, and you're lucky enough to live in a city the size of Calgary, you have 3 or 4 dealerships you can choose from.
That's true. You should be able to at least compare with an outside dealer, as well if you happen to live outside of the city, to compare with a dealer inside the city. No doubt you want to patronize your local dealer, but at least you'll know the cost of that patronage.
Now, your next tip, avoid unnecessary add-ons. Now, give us an example of that.
True. So unnecessary add-ons are things that are very expensive at the dealership. So you should be, again, be aware of the price at the dealership as opposed to outside. Sometimes there is a convenience factor, and sometimes you can also add such things as extended warranties and that sort of thing that you can only get at the dealership.
Okay, although you don't have to get the extended warranty at the time of the purchase. You can go back later for it, is that right?
Yes, some manufacturers allow you to purchase it before the existing manufacturer's warranty runs out.
Gotcha. Okay, next one, to trade in your old car or not, what's the best strategy there?
The best strategy is to make sure that, again, you have a sense of value of what your trade-in is, but also make sure that your trade-in looks as best as possible. Because that way, when you go into trading it in, you'll be able to speak with pride as to your existing vehicle, as well as there can be tax savings as well to trading it in.
Yeah, okay. And, of course, take a test drive. That's a pretty obvious one.
Yes, we're all different sizes and shapes. We all have different senses. You're going to be living with that car for some time, so it's a good idea to take it for a test drive.
Okay, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you.
And Ben is with CarCostCanada. You can visit their website, CarCostCanada.com.
All right, now I'm all revved up to buy a car.